Hello everyone, I'm the MoeChicken and welcome back to more Super Mario Kart. And today we are going to play as my boy Koopa Troopa. And we are going to the Special Cup race. Now this is the one that I've been dreading a little bit because I don't know how well it will go. This is, as you might expect, the last course, or the last cup on the Super Nintendo version. But, it's, I have not played it in quite a long time. Like, part of the reason that I sat down tonight to play this is that I wanted to play Super Mario Kart. Because despite what I've said in previous episodes, while this was my favorite Super Mario Kart, and still is pretty much my favorite Super Mario Kart, it's this and then Mario Kart Wii, which I'm sure might disillusion some people or make some people question my tastes, but those are the ones I like. I'm gonna stick with them. Anyway, like, despite that, I really haven't played it in a long time because I think in part because I just played it so much as a kid that I didn't really feel the need to play it anymore. I know it's kind of a weird way to say that, but it's one of those kind of games that the formula for Mario Kart really hasn't changed too significantly since Mario Kart 64, which, you know, of course, the immediate successor to this one. And so, like, if you, I don't want to say, like, if you play one Mario Kart, you've played them all, but I would say that there are so many that it's sort of, like, makes sense to just play the most recent one, I guess. You know, it's like one of those kind of games where, I'm trying to think of another example of that, where as you went forward, it only... Well, I guess maybe like a sports game, you know, as like sports games go forward, like Madden games, I guess. I'm sure there are technical changes, but they're probably relatively small, and the difference between each year is largely related to the players. In the same sense with Mario Kart, while there are changes, like technical changes, the formula doesn't change too much. And most of what's interesting is how the various characters behave. Because, you know, with each iteration, they added sort of something to make the characters different. Whether it was character-specific specials, or like the idea of using multiple characters at a time, or other things. Oh, that was not the way I meant to go. Okay, well, I survived. I attribute that entirely to Koopa Troopa because I was just completely thrown off track there. Sorry. But yeah, it's mostly the characters, I feel like. And it's... Oh, I get the feather! I get the feather! Oh, you never get the feather. Oh, I also hit my own banana peel. That's cool. That's cool, though. I got the feather. It's fine. Got the feather. Got the feather. Jump! That's all it does. It lets you jump. That is literally all it does, but I don't care. It's rare, and I love it. I love getting the feather. Because you can do some really silly things with it. Maybe I'll make a extra video to just show off random things you can do with the feather. Like, you can go to places you're not supposed to, and, like, just silly stuff. Anyway. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, so it's mostly the characters, I think. And, the balance is kind of a funny thing, because I feel like Nintendo, and I give Nintendo a ton of credit, just in general, but I feel like for the most part, they do a decent job of at least trying to establish balance in their games where there's games of competitive nature and stuff. Either each character's differences are so minor that it's irrelevant. Like, that's how I feel kind of about Mario Party, where the character differences are really almost negligible. Or you have a situation where they're balanced more like Smash, where they're kind of like oriented towards certain play styles. Where was I going with that? Totally blanking. I don't remember the point I was trying to make with that, so moving on. moving on. Yeah, anyway, I'm happy to play this game again. It's a fun game, and I think a large part of what I like about this game is that, to me, this is the quintessential It's so quintessential that I remembered exactly what I was talking about. Quintessential Mode 7 game. Like, when I think of Mode 7 and what it can do, this is what I think of. I think of being able to move across a large plane made of tiles, and have this sort of, like, pseudo 3D effect. And I feel like this game is actually one of the best examples of using that effect. Whereas, there's actually a lot of things that Mode 7 does that I really didn't understand at the time. Like, a lot of the cool effects and stuff that you see on the Super Nintendo are a result of this Mode 7, which I also didn't understand, and I still don't super understand, but apparently the idea behind the name Mode 7 is that what did Donkey Kong just, like, drive off a cliff? I think Donkey Kong just drove off a cliff. Ooh, things are getting spooky in this ghost house. Yeah, apparently there were a bunch of different graphics modes or, like, video processing modes, and the 7th one, Mode 7, is, like, on the fly rotating, skewing, and scaling of tiles. So the idea behind that is that, like, you can take an image, like a set of tiles or a sprite or something like that, and on the fly, meaning, I guess, while processing, I'm not really sure how what the on the fly refers to there, but you can no, fell in the water. Almost made it. It was almost cool. I almost used my skipping powers to the maximum, but then I fell in the water. It allows you to kind of, like, I'm doing this wrong. Okay, well, there we go. Allows you to skew them, rotate them, or scale them, exactly what it sounds like. And different games use it in interesting ways. So, like, for example, in this game, it is skewing, and so it has this, like, tile map that it is skewing and rotating to create the ground, and give the illusion that you're moving around on it. And this, like, the menu down there is actually giving you a decent concept of where you are going, but, you know, it's all, like, I don't want to say it's a farce, but it's all kind of like smoke and mirrors to some degree. You're just kind of like the ground is moving, you're not, I guess is the best way to put it. So it's a little strange, but yeah, that's the skewing. And then you think of something like there were a ton of instances on the Super Nintendo of things zooming towards the screen or, like, blowing up or something like that. Like, for example, the baby Bowser. Well, pretty much all of the giant monster all of the boss fights in Yoshi's Island involved like enlarging the sprites on the fly. So I gotta stop talking about that because I want to talk about the Rainbow Road. I love the Rainbow Road. Like, the Rainbow Road has always been just a wonder to me, especially this one. Like, I was so tickled when Mario Kart 8 gave us this Rainbow Road again. And I mean, I will admit, it's not as cool in that game. It might sound a little strange considering Mario Kart 8 is it's a very good game and it looks way better than this. I love this one. I love the cool rainbow tiles. I love the flatness of it. I like the background, which is just like stars. I like the music. Everything about this Rainbow Road is my childhood. I would always challenge people to race me on the Rainbow Road because I was, like, super cocky about this game as a kid. Like, I feel like I wasn't super cocky about most games growing up, or, like, a lot of things growing up, I guess. But I was crazy cocky when it comes to Super Mario Kart, for whatever reason. And I would, like, challenge people. It's like, 1v1 me on the Rainbow Road, bro. I would play. And I mean, you could see it's not because I'm amazing at this course or anything like that. Like, I fell off the cliff. Pretty good example of my not being amazing at this. But I just really liked it. I just really liked this course because it feels significant, you know? It's like it feels important. And I mean, it's sort of funny that this is the Rainbow Road and not Star Road. Because, like, this was, you know, after Super Mario Kart. Poor Donkey Kong. Oh, no! Oh, no! 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 I cannot... Wow, I'm gonna have to redo this race. That's another thing about this game, unlike the other Mario Karts, is that you get in 5th place, not good enough. You gotta do it again. You were not allowed to get lower than 4th place, and you lose a life. It's very strange. Oh man, I hate this. I was just talking about how cocky I was about this race, and then I came in 5th place. Awesome. Yeah, like, when Super Mario World came out and introduced the idea of, like, the Star Road, that was really cool. Like, Super Mario World Star Road was really exciting for me as a kid. Because it was cool, you know? It was like we knew the term Warp Zone from, you know, earlier Mario games, but Star Road just sounds neat. Like, everything about it sounds like a cool place. Yeah, there we go. Up! Okay, it was cool, but also stupid. Yep. Luigi just killed me. He just killed me like Donkey Kong. He just killed me like Donkey Kong. Yeah, Star Road just sounds neat. That's really what it comes down to, is that, like, Star Road sounds neat. And so then when this game was called, or when this place was called the Rainbow Road, it was like, why is it called the Rainbow Road? Why is it not called Star Road? But honestly, I just killed Yoshi like Donkey Kong. That's how we do. Oh, never mind, I didn't. He's right there. He's trying to kill me, though. He's throwing all kinds of eggs at me. I guess I am sort of a natural enemy of a Yoshi, or a natural prey of a Yoshi. That's 100% on me. That was stupid. No! Dude, so badly on the Rainbow Road. Oh yeah, I just hit Princess Toadstool like Donkey Kong. What was I saying? Yeah, like, I'm really happy that these levels weren't called Star Road now. Because, oh, freaking, I'm gonna have to do it again, I think, you guys. That's cool. I'll just do this. Well, I mean, it's the finale. I gotta be terrible at some point, right? Let's hope I can actually do this. I'm glad it's not called Star Road, because I think Rainbow Road is a lot more memorable, and I feel like it sort of it allowed the Mario Kart games to sort of not distinguish themselves, but kind of separate themselves a little bit from the, I guess you'd call it, Super Mario Brothers universe. It's a weird way to put it, but they're a little different, you know? They're their own thing, and that's cool. And it kind of makes me wonder a little bit if Nintendo was surprised at the success of this game. Because, like, you think about what games were like back then. You know, a lot of people like to complain about formulas in games, and I mean, for good reason. It's fair. Like, when games become formulaic, unless you really like the formula, you might just have... I just keep on doing that. Thank you, Mario. When games become formulaic, if you don't like the formula, you might just... Not Yoshi. Luigi just killed me like I was Donkey Kong. When games become formulaic, you might get tired of the formula and abandon the series. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm in 7th place now because I keep falling off the freaking sides. Ugh. I used to 1v1 people on this course, and now I can't even beat it on normal. Ah! Oh my goodness. But I think, like, when this game came out, that notion of a formula, and the Mario Brothers formula is a notorious formula game. No, I want to get a better rank than that. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again, dang it! I want to get a good rank on the Rainbow Road because I'm better than this. I'm better than this. Anyway, yeah, that formula wasn't established. The Mario formula, not established, and so there were a lot of games, particularly at the early points of the Super Nintendo's lifespan, that were just sort of like, just different. Like, they were trying a lot of different things to establish, like, new IPs, I guess. Because, like, you also think about the early NES days, and there were a ton of games that were produced during that time period that kind of didn't go anywhere. Like, think about the Ice Climbers, or Clu Clu Land, or, what was it, Devil King, I think? Like, there are a ton of these, like, characters which have kind of come back thanks to Super Smash Brothers, of all things. Like, I think the trophies in Melee made people aware of a lot of characters that just had been non-entities for so long. Like the main character from Clu Clu Land, whose name I don't know. Or like the Ice Climbers, who became sort of famous and people became aware of them thanks to their inclusion in that game. Because there was no, like, super Ice Climbers, from what I understand. And so, like, these IPs had sort of laid fallow for a long time. And that sort of concept also existed on the Super Nintendo. You think about things like Pilot Wings. So, Pilot Wings, they released the Super Nintendo one, and it was largely used as another demonstration of the what do you call it? Mode 7 NES. And jump! Oh, I didn't make it. So jump. That's first place. That is more appropriate for the Rainbow Road for me. Just disregard all of those other races. They didn't happen. They didn't happen now that I've gotten first place. So there you go. But yeah, they had Pilot Wings on Super Nintendo, and then they had Pilot Wings 64, and then, like, the next Pilot Wings game was, what, Pilot Wings Resort for, like, the DS or something? You know, it's like there was a huge gap. Also, my boy, Koopa Troopa, with his sweet lined shell, is now going to get a gold trophy, and then he will pop the Cheep Cheep and clank these bottles together. So good. Number 1, congratulations. Excellent driving. You are now a Super Mario Kart expert. And now we get the credits. And, yeah, that was fun. Even though I, like, totally beefed it on the Rainbow Road, I feel like I did pretty well otherwise. Oh, man, I have not seen this in a long time. Shigeru Miyamoto, thank you as always. You make some good games. Yeah, this was fun. I don't know, and to finish that thought about the Pilot Wings and stuff. They were like, when they made this, they probably didn't know whether or not it was going to go anywhere. Because it's definitely very different. Like, you think about all of the games that Nintendo produced for the NES. Were there any racing games? I can't think of any off the top of my head. I don't really think they dipped their toes in the realm of, like, a racing game until this point, basically. So it's kind of cool. Also, one thing that's kind of funny, you may see that all the characters are going in a line, and you might think, oh, well, that's being done for Tadashi Sugiyama and your strange name conveyance, and then everyone jumps and they're all happy. Those were really short credits. I kind of thought I'd be able to talk for longer than that. But thank you. Everyone jump! Everybody jump! Everybody jump! It's a good time. Yeah, you might think that those characters all going in like a line like that was some sort of special thing. No, actually, they will just go in a line. Like if the thing that makes them behave differently is the player and like collisions with environmental stuff. So like if they run them with on like a computer, like that you take out the player from the equation and you just have a playing on its own, they just go in a straight line. It's very strange. Anyway, this has been Super Mario Kart. If there are people out there that weren't familiar with it, I hope you enjoyed it. If there are people out there who are familiar with it, I also hope you enjoyed it. I did. And I hope you'll come back to see more, but not more of this because I'm done with Super Mario Kart. So yeah, there we go. I'm the MoeChicken. This is Super Mario Kart, and I'm signing off. Thanks for stopping by.